Let me ask you something. When you hear the words Nintendo's Wii series, what games come to mind? Wii Sports, Wii Play, Wii Fit, maybe even that one? All of us grew up with different games, but I'm sure whatever it is that comes to mind, it sure as hell ain't this. In fact, unless you grew up in Europe, it's likely you never even heard of this one. This, my friends, is Wii Chess, another subset of the Wii series, and believe it or not, this actually was made by Nintendo. I was thinking, okay, maybe this game was just published by Nintendo, but no, this truly was made by a division within Nintendo. Not the same people who did the rest of the Wii series, but this specific division did work on some notable titles, mainly most of the WarioWare games. Wii Chess released back in September of 2008 digitally in Japan, and in Europe, it was released physically back in January of 2008. That's right, this game actually got a physical release. If you've never heard of this one, don't worry because you're not in the minority. Wii Chess was never released in any capacity overseas. Why? Well, I think the footage speaks for itself. Unfortunately, that Nintendo polish just ain't there. Even the more controversial Wii games, such as Wii Music, still had that recognizable Nintendo charm. But Wii Chess? Not even 3D models. The menus, the title screens, and the game itself is nothing but 2D sprites. Don't get me wrong, this isn't like an awful looking game or anything. But when you see this, does this really look like it's part of the same series as the fantastically made Wii Sports Resort? Or does this look like something you'd find pre-installed on Windows? In fact, here's what the version of Chess that came with Windows Vista looks like. Chess Titans came out before Wii Chess, might I add. I feel a bit guilty panning this game because I still had fun. It is still chess, and chess is fun. Or at least I think it is. That is something I should mention though. I'm not super into tennis, but in Wii Sports, someone like myself, who is not at all interested in the sport, can still have a lot of fun. Wii Chess on the other hand, well, if you don't care for chess, then you won't like this game, because this is a pretty bare bones chess game. You can play with a computer, you can challenge another player, you can play with someone over Nintendo Wi-Fi, which I wasn't able to try out for obvious reasons. Though I do imagine the biggest draw for this game back during its release was the fact that it had Wi-Fi. Games with online, especially Nintendo games, did feel pretty special back then since it wasn't as commonplace. One of you could probably put it in more elegant words than I can, but there was just something so special about playing a video game online during the Wii era. I was sort of hoping this game would have a challenge mode or something along those lines, kind of just something to run you through the motions, so to speak, especially since I am not good at chess. Not only am I not good, but apparently I don't know some of the rules too. Like right here, the game claims it ended in a draw, but what exactly determined that? I thought I was winning. I mean, looking at the board, it would at least seem I had the upper hand. But they are the ones who made a whole damn game about chess, so I'm sure it knows what it's talking about. I just wish it would share some of that knowledge. At least a basic tutorial or something. I love strategy games, and chess itself I find to be a very intelligent experience. But alas, we are only provided with the basics. The closest this game gets to teaching you how to play chess is the suggested move option, which is basically just cheating, let's be honest. Plus, the hint system in general doesn't seem as smart as the AI within the game. I played half a game, left it basically tied. Then I let the hint system determine the rest of my game, and to my surprise, it kept insisting moves that would rid of my pieces one by one. So no extra game modes really. Is there anything else to Wii Chess? Well, you can customize the board with, to be fair, a pretty large selection of themes. Some of these themes are really odd too. A soccer theme, Resident Evil, Destroyed Ruins. Why are we playing on a wall? But I think you get the idea. Just sort of your basic rudimentary game of chess. It works well enough. I mean, it's chess. The only thing here I wish you can change is the controls. How do you think this game controls? Given it's on the Wii, what to you seems like the most reasonable control scheme? Pointer controls, right? Point to the piece you want to move, press and hold a button to grab in place. Seems obvious enough. Well, believe it or not, pointer controls are not used anywhere within this game. Yeah, not even the menus. That's pretty unusual for a game that's in the Wii series. In fact, I think it's the only game in the Wii series where you can't use the pointer controls on the menu. Start to finish, you're holding the Wiimote upright using the D-pad. I mean, it works fine, and perhaps it's just a personal preference, but I think a solitary Wiimote is much more comfortable on its side. This game is just such an anomaly. I legit can't believe this was made by a division within Nintendo. I guess my question is, why was this made? Personally, I think a chess game in the Wii series has a lot of potential if they shoe-shined it up with that Nintendo polish, but as you can see, that's not what we got. If this was maybe a $5 eShop game on a 3DS, that'd be one thing. But this had a physical release, even at a budget price. That had to have been at least 20 bucks translated to American currency. 20 bucks for this. I am glad I at least played it. For being a part of such a well-known series, this game is so obscure, it feels like it could get lost between the couch cushions of time at any given moment. I did have fun playing chess, and if you did in fact grow up with this title, I do hope you had fun with this one as well. But for everyone else, you ain't missing out on much. In fact, if you want to play a lesser talked about Wii series game, play Wii Party, because I bought that recently and holy crap, it's really damn good. Fish Fence, I don't know how to conclude this video. Please help a brother out here. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, thanks for watching my video that basically came out of nowhere just because I was super curious about this game. I hope you learned something. I'd like to give a special thanks to some of my patrons such as Abby Knutson, Aiden Ross, Amanda Guth, Cashinator, Jeffrey Long, John Hancock, Ken Colton, King Cosmic, Martin Hoshtahagen, Praetorian Mars, Rami Batter, and SN. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, have a good one.